we're gonna lose so much money by not doing pools, or we're gonna lose so much money by not doing decks. Like, was that a thought process you had?
Scariest thing in the world. Like legit scared me at this time. I've got one full-time sales guy. I would He was kind of the sales part. I still managed it, and then I oversaw all production. So I was like on job sites. We'd have two or three jobs going at a time. I was just bouncing around, managing job sites. Me and Josh, my sales guy, I mean, had so many long, deep conversations about cutting this service or cutting that service. Because as a roofing company, when you make the claim you're a roofing company, that doesn't mean that you don't offer siding or windows. I mean, a lot of I would say the majority of roofing companies still offer siding, windows, gutters. We still offer gutters. It makes sense. But first thing we cut was the pools. First thing. It made sense. Nobody was upset about that. Um, it just made good sense. It wasn't our thing. But when it got hard was the next one to go was custom decks. And we were the Trex Pro for the area. I mean, my childhood best friend was the Trex rep for the state of Ohio. So like I had the best support. I mean, they'd take me golfing, like it was, so even for me, it was like, shit, I don't really want to burn this relationship. This is a freaking awesome relationship. But there was a ton of revenue in that stream. I mean, we were had a crew. All they did was decks every day, and to cut an entire crew's worth of revenue and transition them to something else was scary because now you got to fill. A deck's a week long job, so if you're going to go to roofing, you need 4 or 5 roofs more a week to keep that crew working, because that was always our goal. Was we never want to take away from our crews, but we got to be profitable. So every time we'd cut a service, it was this long, deep conversation, and scared to freaking death that we're just shooting ourselves in the ass by cutting a revenue stream that wasn't as profitable, but it still made some profit. So it was definitely scary, but I can tell you, we always told ourselves we're going to move our focus. We're going to get better at it. We were already at this time not the dominant roofing company in the area, but we were among the top. But we're going to do is harness our focus on this. We're going to get so good at it that people really, really want to hire us, whether price or not, that they want us to do their job. And we kept adding little pieces and implementing things like Proline, to follow up with these people and communicate with these people better. And as we kept doing that, we kept gaining more and more market share for roofing. So it got easier and easier to let these things go. And over the course of about 18 months, we dropped decking, windows, siding, obviously pools, and we put all of our eggs in that basket. So I made more, I made 3 times the amount of money the first year we were strictly roofing than the previous year. And I had no more staff.
Flip that.
Wow.
So we got really freaking good at it, so not saying we're the best, but you can't get good at something if you offer 20 services. You're just never going to be the dominant force in your market when you are trying to dominate every piece of the contracting game. Doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally makes sense. Did you, during that transition, did you still have, and maybe you still have now, an in-house crew? Like, did you directly hire a crew, or were you working with subs? How was that
So
working? How was the transition like? Because you probably had guys that were like, "Oh, I'm the decking guy." Like, what'd you
yeah,
do with them?
yeah, and by natural causes, they kind of weeded themselves out. um I had some older guys, and when I say older, I mean like my original crew was a bunch of 20 and early 30-year-olds, like young, hungry hustlers. And if you're going to build houses, you better have some young, hungry dudes because it is hard work to do it at a pace that we were trying to do it at.
Yeah.
There's obviously there's obviously retired guys that are, building 2 houses a year with their 4 people, but not retired, but retirement age kind guys that do that. But we were trying to mass produce custom homes. You got to be hustling. But the handful of guys I had that were kind of in their 40s, they kind of saw the direction we were going. I think they knew they didn't want to be roofers, so they kind of, just by natural cause, just kind of weeded themselves out. As we went, we kept a crew and until last year was our first full year without a in-house crew. We subbed work. We've always subbed work. But last year we went 100% subcontracting. We had one guy on staff that was like a repair guy. We didn't necessarily just sell repairs, but he was able to help with warranty issues, or if it was a roof job that needed some soffit fixed, he would go take care of that. Just kind of a handyman, I guess you would say, just to kind of help. And this year we've transitioned him into a full-time repair tech, to where we're going to sell repair work, and that's going to be his job. He'll maintain warranties and we'll sell repairs for him to do. But now we're fully subcontract labor.
Other than that, yeah. What was that? So John just recently went through the same sort of decision making process on repairs. Can you walk us through that? What was the, you were talking about niching, and so some people would be like, well, what about roof repairs? That seems like, yeah, it's on the roof, but still, it's like, seems like a distraction from doing roof replacements. What was that that thought process there with bringing that back, or keeping that roof repair?
Yeah. So luckily, the guy that answers our phones is really good at record keeping, and it's wintertime, your brain's running, you've got time to work on your business. I mean, I'm at a point now, I do have time most of the year to do it. It's just a lot harder in the busy months to implement those thoughts and those goals. So right now it's kind of like, really kind of study the details and figure out where you're leaving money on the table. So we look back, and in January we had 22 repair leads that we denied. In December we had like 18, and then in November we had like 35. So not a boatload, but mind you, I have never advertised it, and I have always turned them down. Like straight up, I'm sorry, we don't do this. So, and we're still getting 30 a month. Like, that's crazy to me. So we started looking at it, and I had to really do some homework, really kind of sit down and put the pen to paper, and we come up with a way. This is in the infancy stages, so we're really, really hoping for success. But basically, we created a service contract, and essentially, when you call, our receptionist turns into an inside salesperson. We can't afford to send a salesperson to your house to inspect a repair. We can't afford it, because I'm going to have to charge you way too much money, and then you're not going to do it anyway. So we all just wasted our time. So to keep it really, really fair price wise, and be able to take care of our customers, because to me, the repair business, that's the biggest thing for me. I've got so many people that want to hire us to do something to their house, to fix this roof, but we can't take care of them. So I can't even like feel good about giving them a referral, because I don't really know any good repair guys in the area. So it's like you're kind of letting a customer down, and I don't like to do that. So it also adds to a potential replacement 2 years from now. Like, you're probably going to be the guy when they go to pull that trigger. So what we did was, I can just tell you the structure of it. It's $495. We sell it over the phone, and I've wrote up a service agreement in Proline that once you call about a repair, it's an automated message that goes out with the price along with it. You sign that, we call back to schedule the repair. Our goal is to do them within 24 hours. But it's $495 starting price. That's a full maintenance of the roof, caulk and seal, any flashings, boots, things like that. Get all the debris off the roof, clean the gutters, and then we'll replace up to one bundle of shingles if you have shingles there. If we have to leave to get them, we charge $100 an hour for every hour after the first hour. So it's very fair to the customer. To me, we already had one person that I saw the note on their contact form was, there's no way a repair should cost $495. And I'm thinking, lady, I can't even send someone there. Like that.
Yeah.
I'm not really making anything on $495. I mean, I'll make $150. You know what I mean? It's not like we're getting rich off of you. And it's hard work. You know, you don't know if you're going to show up there and need pitch hoppers to get up on, you know, a 10 on 12. And it's not easy. So you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But I think to start, we've got kind of a nice little starting point. We'll be modifying this thing all year, I'm sure of it.
I like that. That's very similar to what we're doing. I'd love to see more details on what you guys are doing to see if we can improve our process.